Shalom.
Shalom.
Before we begin, we want to give all praises, glory, and the highest honor to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the men who were well and taught us truth, and peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. And the brother Shamaria.
And brother Asa.
The brother Azaria.
And with the brothers from the D.C. church, all right, the church down here in Washington, D.C. You know, we're coming at you with a message, man, video, a message to the elect, man, of the nation of Israel, is the true Israelites, are so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native, and Seminole Indians, man. And Lord willing, the title of this lesson, this message, all right, this virtual epistle will be, for peer pressure, consent thou not, man. All right, more specifically talking about, hey, man, the topic at hand, man, the max, man. All right, talking about the things that we're going through right now. What's going on right now, man? The so-called white man Esau Edom with his tricks, man. He's coming out with these, these Maximes, man. All right, the inoculation. All right, he's coming out with these different variations of it, and what, man? He's causing these people to move with a certain fear. All right, if a brother can get the first scripture, Proverbs 1:10, because he's gonna. We have to remember, brothers, that he's altering the minds of these people, meaning he's using his media. All right, he's using his gods, his witchcraft, all right, his access to the spiritual demons, Satan and the demons, all right, to alter these people's way of thinking into, bowing down to him in his image and his ways, his philosophy. What he says goes to these people. All right, so if you can get that.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
Right, and who is this speaking, man? That's King Solomon, man. All right, one of the wisest men, you see. And he said, what? If sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Entice thee how, man? How can a sinner who? And first off, the sinners are who, man? The ungodly, man. Besides just the heathen, people from our nation as well, man. The rebels of our nation and the 2/3 of our nation. 2/3 being here in America, and the rebels of our nation being the rest of the people from our nation that don't want to bow to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai and His will. They entice thee, consent thou not. How are they gonna entice us in these times, man? They're going to try to convince us that the vax is not a bad thing. And going in even deeper, one of the most important prophecies, man, the MOTB, man. All right? It's going to come a point in time where they're going to look at you funny if you don't have those things, man. And guess what? If they entice thee, consent thou not. Don't go in the way with them. You see? So, let's get that word in consent, which the word consent in the Hebrew is ahaba. It's a aba, and a ha, which means to be willing, consent, be willing. Now, when you go into that word consent, it's a verb in the Edom Online. It says to agree, give assent, yield when one has the right, power, or will to oppose, which basically means to yield to the will of somebody else, which you're not supposed to do that, man. All right, if someone's trying to entice you or convince you to do something you're not supposed to do, to go into their way, you're not supposed to, if it's against the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you're supposed to disagree. And it says also, part of the definition, it says to agree, comply. To agree, accord, feel together, with together. So you're not supposed to be in the same mindset as these people, man. Okay? If a brother got a scripture, I want to say something.
Khan, I was just going to say, can two walk together if they be not agreed, man? You can't walk the same way as these people, man. Mm-hmm. When they're out here taking the MOTB or the Sharat, it's another coined phrase for getting an injection. Like, you're not supposed to walk according to that way. You're supposed to resist it.
Yeah, because that's against our law, statutes, and commandments, man. All right, and not just that, but you're not supposed to trust your enemy. If a brother can grab that in Sirach. I'm gonna grab this real quick though. Proverbs 13 and 20. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, which is exactly what members of the elect are going to do. Those that are going to be delivered. You got a scripture? 1 second. The members of the elect, what are they going to do, man? They're going to walk with the wise. They're not going to consent unto the sinner's counsel. They're going to consent unto the counsel of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, beginning with his men. It says, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. Right, because if you're companions with those sinners that are all into the Sharat, that's all into the MOTB, you're going to be destroyed, man, according to the Bible, man. All right? You ready?
I got Ecclesiastes.
Come. Did you have something real quick? Grab it real quick.
Whatever you want.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes or Sirach 12 and 8. A friend cannot be known in prosperity, and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity.
Right, because and an enemy cannot be hidden in adversity. You're gonna know who your enemies are when adversity comes, you know, when the pressure comes down on these people, you're gonna, because right now you have family members that might say, oh, I'm not taking the Shabbat. Hell no, I don't trust that shit. You know, but what's gonna happen later on when that adversity hits? And because these people, that's another thing too, man. These people aren't built for that pressure that's to come. We are, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai is supping with us, and he's building up our spirits, man. You see, he's building up our minds for that time. Well, already, man. You know, so when the pressure comes, they're not built for it. We're gonna see who our enemies are, and guess what our enemies are gonna tell us to do? They're gonna tell us to consent, man. To consent to the Sharat, to the MOTB. They're gonna look at you funny if you don't got it, man. And we're gonna get into that in the scriptures, man. All right. Okay.
If I can add, it's a totally different scripture. This scriptures say that a man's enemies be of his own house, man.
Yep.
When all this shit's coming down and you see who's not your friend and who isn't your friend, it's not just gonna be, you know, you walk outside the house and that's where your enemies are. Nah, you can be inside the house trying to sleep and you be laying next to your enemy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be that way. But to get back to the scripts, Ecclesiastes 12:9.
Yep.
In the prosperity of a man, enemies will be grieved, but in his adversity, even a friend will depart. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Right,
because ultimately, you know, our enemies is not just Esau, Edom, it's also the rebels and the wicked of our nation, man. The 2/3 here in America and the wicked, you know, wherever you be outside of America, the rebels of our nation, man. Those that don't consent to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, those are our enemies, man. And it says, what did it say? As iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Keep reading.
Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wipest a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Yeah, Khan, because what ultimately, you know, most specifically talking about Esau, Edom, because you know when you read that scripture, one thing that I learned about it is in ancient world times, the looking glass, how they would look at themselves before they had mirrors. They would use a precious metal, you know, they would, shine it until you can see a reflection on it, right? But remember, these precious metals, they always rust. These metals would rust. So even when you wipe these things down and there's rust on it, it doesn't completely go away. As no matter how much you wipe it down, once it's rusted, it'll never leave. That's exactly how it is with Esau, Edom. That's how he is. He's never going to be righteous. You see? So that's exactly what's going down here, man. There's so much that he's gonna do to get you to consent unto his ways, you know, because it's not always just for our people as well. It's always, you know, it's also Esau, Edom, and he's gonna make you to try to consent to his ways, to his sharat, man. All right, the MOTB, he's gonna entice you into taking those things. You see? But what? Consent thou not, man. That's all it is. That's all there is to it.
Yes. Yeah, I got some. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and 13. It says, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. Yeah, and the reason why I brought that out is because, just like the brother was saying, essentially what the Lord is doing is that he's accelerating really everything. You know, like when you read in Revelations 12 and 12, the devil coming down upon us, having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he hath what? But a short time.
Yeah, Revelation 13 and 15.
And another reason why, when you read and like the brother was just describing perfectly, all right, this devil is what? He's coming onto you being humble. He's coming onto you like a lamb. All right, but what his intentions is that of a dragon. All right, he's putting all types of restrictions. And why do you think the scriptures talk about the hour of temptation?
Yeah.
All right, there's a reason why people are going to consent, and that's why in those times, what it said every man's work should be made manifest. Meaning what? Every man is going to be known. What type of person you are. Are you with the system? You know, or do you believe in the Lord? All right, when we say don't take the mags, things like that. You know, when we say things like resist, we're not gonna be out here like, you know, V for Vendetta, getting masks and guns, saying resist. Nah, but what we already resist by believing in the Lord. People already give a reaction when you believe in the Lord anyway. You know, so you know all these things is coming to pass. I actually want to bring out another scripture, if I may. This is Exodus 23 and 2. It says, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment." And what I like about this scripture, if you read into the CSB, all right, and a lot of times you can do this with other scriptures, it really brings out the edification. When you read this in the CSB, and that phrasing right there where it says to speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment, it basically literally means to testify, all right, and essentially to pervert judgment or to pervert justice. And that's really what it is. Another synonym for pervertness is profane. All right, and that's profane. Just throwing and casting off the Lord over a man. You know.
Right. Yeah, which we're not supposed to do that.
Yeah. You know.
Come on. If we can get Revelation, because you know, if like the brother just read in what was that in Exodus, where it said what?
23.
Yeah. What did it say exactly? It said what?
Exodus 23:2. I read it again. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Right, because that's exactly what's going to happen. That's exactly what's happening. Slowly but surely, you got people. I knew people from work that was telling me, I'm not taking it, man. I don't trust that shit, bro. I talked to them, 2-3 weeks in when you could take the masks off at the job if you took the vax. It was like, yeah, I took it. I'm like, wow, these people slowly but surely, because right now Esau is speaking, Esau is being a lamb right now, but soon enough, man, he gonna be that dragon, man. He gonna come with that cruel, harsh law. Let's get Revelation.
This is Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many.
And here's the point. Go ahead.
And cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, because that's another thing too, brother. And remember, the elect, man, that he's gonna cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. The things that we read in the past, for example, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they didn't consent unto bowing down to that image. They were thrown into a furnace. We're living in a time where it's the same thing over again. It's just a little different, man. You don't want the MOTB? All right, then we got something for you. That's how he's coming, man. It's not gonna be a simple no. I don't want to take it. No, it's gonna be something that's gonna rattle you in the flesh, but in the spirit you're gonna know what to do. In the spirit we know what to do because we've been told what to do according to the scriptures, man. We're gonna remember things. Hey, man, the sinners entice thee, consent thou not. Follow not a multitude to do evil. You see, the scriptures that we're bringing out are to build you up. We're not just reading it just to sound smart, man, or to sound. No, man, this is something that we live and die by. You see, well, really to live by.
Second Maccabees, the 7th chapter. Maccabees brothers. They were literally what? They were literally being forced to consent unto doing something unwise. They were tempted.
Yep.
Even something as what some might think as minor, like eating pork, right? Which is not
minor,
right? Which is not how do I say? Not minor, right? Like the brother said, but obviously, it's not part of our customs. We're not supposed to eat pork.
Yeah.
All right, but the fact that we're being forced to by a devil, right? When you actually read into that chapter, brothers can read it on their own time. When you read in verse 8. What the Maccabees brothers literally said in his own language, like the scriptures say, la'ah. He said no. All right, which la'ah is no in the Hebrew, man, our ancient tongue. All right, so just like that, we're doing that. Not simply saying no, but they're showing it through our actions, man.
Yeah, because like the scripture we read in Revelation, it said that and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. That means that.
That's that simple.
Yeah, you have to remember that these people's mindset is going to be completely different within these next few months. Because there's gonna be people. There's people now. They're like, "Yo, did you take the vax?" You be like, "You took the max, took the Sharap." You be like, "No, I didn't." The ones that you're comfortable with. No, I didn't. I haven't. They're like, "Oh, okay." But there's some people that that you tell that, and they'll be like, "What? Why not?"
The overly compliant.
Yeah, the overly compliant niggas, man. And we say that because it's mostly our people that are bothering us about that shit. And what they're just like, "What? You didn't?" Remember, there's gonna be a point where E is going to use his media to where if you say you didn't take it, they're going to be like, y'all saw Slim Thug, man. He was like, man, y'all niggas, man, I'm going to mess one of y'all up if y'all don't got a mask on, if y'all didn't get the man. You know what I mean? There's going to be people who are going to be angry. There's people who could be angry come up to the camps. Hey, y'all are anti-vax, man.
Yo, I lost my business because of y'all.
Yeah, I lost my business because of y'all. Like, no, nigga, that's not. Yeah, right.
Sell things.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sell things. That's the thing, man. It's a whole mindset, man. People are gonna be like, yo, why aren't you chipped? Why not? It's like, nigga, what do you mean why not?
And I could just add this: one of the reasons that a lot of people are caving right now is because they're offering out incentives. I was looking at this one news article. They said in DC they're offering out to like middle school, elementary school kids. You get free AirPods and like some gift cards, up to like $200 to $50 worth of stuff. If you go ahead and take it. Now you got people 17 and younger that are able to get this. They're not even disguising the fact that they're doing something fucked up, because any other case somebody who's up under the age of 18, they can't even get into the military or drink on their own.
Sure.
But here you're giving them consent to go ahead and take the Sharat, man. It's wicked. But those people are coming into that unaware. A lot of people are being incentivized into this stuff. And then you got people's jobs doing the exact same thing. They're saying, all right, we'll give you, a gift card or whatever, free this, extra PTO or whatever the hell they doing, saying, incentivizing, hey, come and get it, but still consent thou not.
Yeah.
And it's going to get to a point where they're not going to be so kind about it.
That's the enticing. If sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
Yeah.
And if I could say, let it be known too, like the brother was just about to say, he's being nice right now. Right now, he's giving prizes. Eventually, he's going to say, all right, y'all don't want to take it, we're going to take some shit from you. Best believe it. Remember, Esau is the original gangster, man. He's the real gangster. That's not our culture. That's not our custom. So, for the time being, man, he's being nice about it. Eventually, if y'all don't do what he says, man, he's going to be like, all right, nigga, I got something for you. Word? Okay.
Say bye-bye to that job. Say bye-bye to your house. Say bye-bye. You better be ready to lose some stuff. You need to not be so attached. You need to be able to separate yourself from these attachments in this world, man. Because this devil, he's coming for that. Whatever your pain point, that's one of the key words they like to use in the business world. They say pain point. Find whatever their pain point is, and that's how you sell something to them. And in this sense, he's going to find your pain point, whether it's your family, whether it's your job, your money, whether it's your woman or your children, whatever the hell that he can come up with that you attach to. He's going to get that pain point, and he's going to apply pressure right there until you cave in, or until you buck up against him to the point that it don't matter, and you prove yourself faithful to the Lord.
If you can get that, let's get
the grave. This is Psalms 55:20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him.
Yep, exactly. Because that's exactly what he's gonna do. That's exactly what Esau Edom is gonna do. He's gonna put his hands as such as be at peace with him. Because what? Right now, you got the people, getting the Sharat. You don't think he's going to come after you for something else, man? You don't think he's going to, because what? You took the Sharat. If you don't take the MOTB, you don't think he's going to come at you funny, man? Who are those that be at peace with him, man? The Israelites, man. Because that's who he's primarily after. His eyes are privily set against the poor, man. Go ahead.
He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant.
Yep. Because what? Right now, he's, right now it's a chill point for him. Right now, he's not coming at you rough and tough. Right now he's that lamb right now. He's real humble and meek right now. He's being nice about it. Oh, medical misinformation. Oh, come on now, don't do that, man. Don't lie about my Sharat, man. Don't do that.
See an ad coming up saying, even relating back to the education system, saying that quote unquote verbatim, make sure that your vaccination is a part of your school supplies list.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man. Really.
Yeah, he's just throwing shit in there. He's being nice about it. But eventually he's gonna be like, hey, yo. No Sharat, no job, no food, no nothing. You can't come into the get food, No
Sharat, no entry to the city.
Right.
How about that?
Yeah. You can't, or you can't leave.
Can't leave. Yep.
Go ahead.
Verse 21. The words of his mouth was smoother than butter.
Which is exactly what we see now. Hey man, take the double doses, man, and I'll give you $500.
Free AirPods.
Yeah, I know. For me personally, I mentioned it before. It was paying you $40 a dose, man.
Damn.
Like, yeah. Go ahead.
This is.
Then, mind you, we're giving examples of what the scriptures are saying to you. You see? Go ahead.
This is but war was in his heart.
Because war is in his heart. Because ultimately, that Sharat has nothing good for you. It has no health benefits for you. It's there to kill you. It's there to change your molecular structure, man. Go ahead.
It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
Yeah, yet were they drawn swords. Because what's truly in his heart? To come after the Israelites, man. What's truly in his heart is to get rid of you. To take you away from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. To do away with you. That's his end goal, man. Because what? Ultimately, you're not supposed to cave into his will, but to live out the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, that's the whole point of the if you don't take anything, take this, man. If sinners entice thee, consent thou not, because the pressure is coming, man, and the pressure is gonna get worse. Okay, it's gonna go from him taking certain liberties away, and that's gonna be pressure, man, peer pressure.
Can't break.
Yeah, you can't break, man, or bend or fold, man. All right, consent thou not, man. Okay, hey, That was all the scriptures?
Huh.
All right, so with that, all praises to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to our elders and apostles, a great millstone, the men who rule well, and taught us truth. And of course, always peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, shalom.
Shalom.